Johnny, the TV cameras are back with us again, this time against Gillingham. They've been top this season, they've drifted into mid-table, but it's a tightly packed top half of the table.
Yeah, it's really close up there now. Got ourselves in a good position, but then they're obviously not too far behind, so yeah, it's going to be a hard game, closely contested, I'm sure, in front of the TV cameras Monday night, Plough Lane, so definitely one to look forward to.
Do you have an update on Omar after he had to come off against Swindon?
No, we're waiting on, he's gone for a scan today, so we'll wait to get that back, so we should have some results later today, hopefully. We've still obviously got one more training day to go before the game, so we'll see what comes out of the scan and we'll decide where we want to go with it as far as tomorrow and the team for Monday.
But really good to see Myles Hippolyte out there today.
Reevesy obviously being on the bench, and Myles is getting much closer now. He's out there doing the sort of the later stages of his rehab, and we dipped him into the session today, so he'll get another training session tomorrow. We're hoping that he can have some sort of involvement perhaps at Newport, but see how he does over the next few days.
Oh, that's good news. Also, just to say as well, I mean, we don't want to go too heavily into it, but Joe Lewis out there doing a little bit of rehab work? Yeah,
Joe's further behind, but definitely good to see him. He's got boots on, on the grass, doing a little tiny bit with a ball as well. So we're happy with the stage that he's at. We feel like he's progressing really nicely. Don't want to put too much pressure on it, obviously. Still got a bit to go, but definitely one that looks like it's progressing well, and hopefully we can have him back before too long.
It's probably not the first time I'm going to ask you this for the next month or so, but our recruitment has been excellent in recent windows. Of course, no doubt yourself, Craig, Andy Thorne have been preparing us for some weeks now.
Yeah, we have. We've been having lots of meetings, regular meetings in the build up to obviously the window opening in a few days. We know what we want, where we want it, and obviously got some names in mind that we'll look at. Whether that happens straight away or a bit further along will depend on the individual and the different circumstances. But yeah, we want to do some business. We're not expecting to lose any. We just want to add to the group, try and come out this window stronger. So we'll have to make sure it's right by us, right for everyone. We won't add to the group if we don't feel that it's going to be beneficial. But I'm sure there's people out there that can help us.
Yeah, you made it very clear that, of course, you don't want to lose any players during this window, but perhaps some of the squad players, if all goes according to plan, would you let them go out for some loan, for some game time?
Yeah, again, case-by-case basis, really. There's younger players that we want to get game time. Obviously, we had Morgan Williams and Harry Sidwell out playing games, doing what was intended for them. And then we had that crazy week after the Tranmere game where we lost 4 players. So our hand was forced to call those guys back. But what we want for them is to be playing regular football at this stage, so they can go out and test themselves at a good level and get some regular games. So we'll look at that again. We'll address it. But obviously we have to protect ourselves as well. But with Reeves coming back, with Myles coming back, Bawley, going to be back before too long. Joe Lewis, hopefully by the next few weeks. It's just sort of Callum after that. Callum Maycott was a bit further away. So if we're in a position in a couple of weeks where we feel that we're protected, then we'll look at the options for the younger boys.
Coming to the end of 2024, what's pleased you about the club this year? What's been your best memory?
I think we just continue to move forward, which is the thing that we always talk about. It's just continual improvement, progression. We've got ourselves at the right end of the table, so we're being spoken about as a real competitive team in the division. We've had some real highs. You get bumps in the road all along in this game. I've learnt that quickly in this management game, but thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the club's in a really good place. I'm excited about this window because I think it's probably the first opportunity since I've been here to come out of a January window stronger. So we need to try and make sure that we do that this time round, and then that gives us a great opportunity to attack the second half of the season. But did you ask me what the best moment was? Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
In 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the Roland Curtis goal in that game, I think, was probably
Enjoyed that celebration.
Yeah, that was a good number one. But obviously it's a new season now, and we've had another good moment. Can have a couple of good moments against that opposition, but not just them. Look, we've had some real highs. I think it's been a good year for the football club. We're on the right path. We're on the right track. There's a real positivity around everything we're doing. You know, we're in a good position in the league. We just want to try and back this up now. Second half of the season, coming to the halfway point. Games wise, let's have a strong start to 2025 and see where it takes us.
Absolutely. I mean, I think everybody shares that ambition that you shared with the youngsters at the recent foundation event, of course, you know, in terms of where we go next from this.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're in it for. We want to try and get this club promoted. We want to get back to League One first and foremost, and then see where we can take it. But we've got to take care of business. You know, we have to. I think we've shown that we're competitive with everyone this season. You know, the teams that are up there in and around it, we've had really good games with. Some we've beat, some we haven't, but we've been competitive in pretty much everything that we've done. So we know we can mix it. We need to just try and stay this end of the league. Everyone wants to finish in the top three, so they go automatically. If not, it's via the playoffs. But we have to. Our ambition has to be in that shake-up, and that's what we'll keep aiming for.
Of course, we started the interview talking about Gillingham. I suppose we'll wrap up on that. It's a tough game. Despite where they've gone to in the table, they've still got some very good players there.
Yeah, of course they have. They've got players that can hurt you. Obviously, they've come away from their start a little bit, but you know, let's make no bones. This is a tough game. They've got good players. They've got a good manager, good staff. In Mark and Anthony Hayes there with him, so we respect them. The opposition, like we always do. There'll be things that we can look to exploit. Say that every week, don't I? But it's true. But you see with Swindon on Boxing Day, obviously they find themselves at the other end of the table. That was a tough team to play against. You know, and there's no gimmies in this league, that's for sure. But we're at home. We take it to the opposition. We expect to win every game. We're not going to win every one, but we go into it expecting to win, and certainly trying to do our best to do that.
Johnny, as ever, thanks for your time.
Cheers, Rob.